Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Rangers 1, Dundee United 1. A dreadful game at Ibrox Stadium. Join myself, Oxchair, back in the show is AK. Thoughts, AK?
Evening, Oxshire. Oh, there, my delivery. I need to go. I'll see you later. Terrible, mate. Terrible.
Void of inspiration, void of organisation, void of leadership, void of tactical noise, void of shape. I wouldn't say there was lack of effort, particularly the boys in midfield, Braskin and Barron and Cherney. But there's something wrong, mate. And look, it might be time for change. It's just not working, bruh.
Aye. It's certainly no good to watch. How many times have we said that this season? We're looking for reaction. Come on, Rangers. You're out there. You've got that crowd there. You've got that stage, the platform. Everything's there to produce good football. That first 45 minutes was atrocious. Again, apart from a Bizrami shot, had zero highlights for us in that first half. And the goal was diabolical.
I need to see that back again. You thought that the goal should have came in. I don't think so. I thought it was a decent cross in the middle of the goal. I think the centre-half should deal with it. I don't know where they were, mate. I need to really see it back, you know. But I just didn't enjoy Proper's performance. Yeah, he can pass a long-ranging pass. He's good at that. But coming and winning headers and defending, no, for me. I thought Sterling didn't have a great game. Big Suter didn't have a great game. Jeffrey was okay in the first half, obviously, with half. Second half, without being fantastic. Barron and Braskin tried very, very hard with very little quality at times. Cherney was a stick out and made things happen. We kept killing the space for Cherney between Barron and Diamondi, and the way Sterling was running inside, it was obviously a tactic, and that worries me because that shows me that the coaching staff have got issues, mate, because you don't kill the space with a player like that. Dessers, I reckon he touched the ball twice, mate, and that happened.
Aye. I think we actually... I think we actually spoke about it before the game. You asked me who do you think has been kind of, you know, just strolling through a game with no showing much towards the team, and I picked out Diamondi, and I didn't see anything there that convinced me otherwise. Dessers was just a non-event. He doesn't close down, he doesn't link up play, he doesn't offer a goal threat, he doesn't even occupy the defence. I mean, Morelos had quiet games in previous years, but you could guarantee he would be occupying the defenders constantly. There's nothing there for him.
If you watch it back, I can't remember if it was Barjami or Jefty going to the byline on the left side, and Dessers is beyond the back post, mate. Beyond the back post.
It's ridiculous positioning. I mean, Southside's picked him up on it as well. You know, he was a striker in his youth. He knows positions. Blue Stars spoke about it before. You know, and it's just no natural for him. You see the difference when Danilo comes on the part, the intricate play, Hadji comes on, you know. But he's a wee spark. Aye, 100%. Aginami should score as well, probably. As well, but the goalkeeper made a couple of great saves the second half. We're jumping ahead yourself, but it's just so disappointing again, Ox. I can't see anything other than that.
No. Like, mate, you strapped in?
Get the hard hat on. I only need to look one out.
Let's hear from you. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I really don't know where to start, mate. But I mean, as we said, we started slow and got worse as the first half went on. It was pedestrian. The centre halves have got too much of the ball, and Barron and Raskin are running back, getting it in between them, and then there's no midfield, mate. And look, I've been saying it for nearly a year now, mate. That shape is appalling. Yeah, and I didn't like it when we're running and it gets exposed. Yeah, you give too much of the pitch away, in my opinion, mate, and you're expecting two guys to cover too much ground. Doesn't matter who they are. And I just think it's so wrong. And then when you throw in the performance of Diamandine, listen, if I'm being honest, I thought he was slightly better, but he wasn't much better, Hadji, when he came on, and playing in the same role.
I think Hadji's just, it's merely a natural role for him. He's obviously keen to impress. He had a couple of kind of wild shots where I thought he could have maybe, been a wee bit nicer with his play, but he's obviously keen to make an impression there. But Dundee United, we knew it was happening. We said that 8 camped across their 18-yard line, and then they were looking to use the pace of Middleton.
What did you say to me there? 8 across the 18-yard line, and you play the exact same shape as you play away in an open game of football in Athens.
I know. It's just that the creative, the spark isn't there. You're looking for Boardroom. Cherny, I thought, actually, I couldn't fault his performance. I think he was head and shoulders the best player on the park today, but you can't just rely on one guy. They double up on him. That's what used to happen with Kent often enough, isn't it? So we've got to have different outlets. We've got to have shots that go for distance. Bourdroum made a good shot the first half, but the keeper made a good save. But apart from that, anonymous. There was too many anonymous. Again, no many leaders, as you say. No many guys shouting at each other, come on, finger out here and up the intensity.
I know that type of player, mate. Everything comes for the leadership at the top, mate. And it's not there. It's the question of last Tuesday night, and I'm sure we'll debate it a lot as the week goes on. Is it time? Is it time? Can this go on? Because we ain't seen any blue shoots, mate. We're rudderless, mate. Rudderless. And I'll tell you, we're that bad we can't even train the ball boys right.
We're rudderless in the boardroom, though, Ox. That's the problem.
No, that's maybe
rudderless up there.
That's maybe the bigger picture. Yeah, that's maybe the bigger picture. But the fans have been shortchanged watching that. I mean, obviously, they've turned up there. They've had to hang about for an hour to get into the ground. People can't make it because of weather conditions. That's no Rangers' fault. I get that. However, then they watch that. Yeah. All right. The second half performance in isolation's okay, but the first half's absolutely dreadful. Dreadful.
Yep. How do you explain that? You've had 2 weeks.
Explain it. There's no connection between the management team and the team. Yeah.
Well, you hear a lot of podcasts of former players. What you see on the park is basically what you're getting in the training, and it's a bad reflection if that's what you're watching on the park, what is happening in the training, because there are too many negatives. The set pieces again with 9 corners a day. I don't think we threatened them proper for free either. Didn't even put it on target. Shooter was a non-event. And you couldn't even blame Tavernier for that today. You had different deliveries for Cherny and for Bourdroum and stuff, so whatever's going on.
I'll tell you what I think. I didn't think Sterling was great today, and I've been a Sterling fan. But see, with 20 minutes to go, maybe even half an hour, surely if with that and you need a goal, you bring Tav on for Sterling.
Yeah, I was saying that to my boy as well. I'm looking at the bench and I'm saying, who have we got there that can influence the game? I didn't get bringing off Yefty to put on Ridvan. And then he's
yeah.
Aye, possibly. He's playing Shooter up front there that last 10, 15 minutes of the match. And Barron and Raskin were supporting proper at the back. I'm like, what's happening here? It just looked like a kind of school kids game, just everybody go forward. But Dundee United, the big defenders, were lapping it up. And you got to say their keeper did a couple of really good saves, but didn't he? we didn't penetrate them enough the way we should be.
No. But come and join us. Give your thoughts. 0141 356 1972. Listen, I don't know where to start. The goal we gave away, there was never even a real response to that. There was still 10 minutes to go in the first half, and there was a lack of tempo. Yeah, we made the 2 substitutes, and I'll give them credit for that. They got it spot on. Yeah, they got it spot on with the 2 players they took off, and you were proved 100% right about your Diamandi failings. He couldn't pass the ball. He was slow. He was ponderous. He put us in trouble. It just looks like a boy playing man's football, if I'm honest, AK.
Aye. He looks lost. He doesn't know the position. He's not comfortable with the link-up play. He doesn't offer a creative spark at all. He's not willing to run with the ball and drive at the defence. He doesn't offer a shot for the distance. You're questioning what's your attributes here, Diamandi. You know, you're brought in for 4.3 million. It's no chicken feed, you know, and we're looking for a lot more out of him. I don't think he's comfortable in that role. But why not play Boardroom in there and maybe Diamandi's more comfortable in the far left? Or you're putting Hadji in for the start, and then the likes of, you've seen the difference when Hadji came on, Danilo comes on, Czerny, Boardroom, the 4 of them are linking up excellent. I think that's the way to go, to be honest with you, but it still doesn't detract away from a poor performance and result.
If you play that shape when they 4 link up, mate, when other teams springing you, they're still going to be on top of you. Yeah.
Aye.
And do we get people in the box? We don't.
No, not enough.
You know.
There was a time where, was it Czerny hit the byline the second half and they put in a cracking ball, nobody there. You know, and that's Desser's failings, but even Danilo wasn't there. It's horrible to watch. Horrible. But something needs to change. Whether it's the manager, whether it's players, whether it's...
Well, unfortunately, this only ends in one way, mate. Players always got a free pass, mate, to a new manager gets rid of them and brings the right players in. The manager always carries the can, mate. You know, and I think he's due a lot of criticism with stubbornness of keep continually playing that shape, mate. And you know, Macedays would have picked roughly that team, yeah, and for him, or who you think should be playing, roughly. And we started so slow. The centre halves, everybody knows what we're going to do, so they just have to. They can leave a couple of players up front, and that takes care of 2 centre halves, stops the fullbacks getting out, and then we're struggling. We're really struggling. And then the midfield players are standing next to the centre halves. The number 10 standing up in front of centre forward, and there's nothing in midfield, mate. Nothing.
Aye.
And as much as I don't think proper's the answer, you've seen it a couple of times. He's looking who to pass it to. There's nobody there, mate. Nobody there.
Aye.
The shape's all right.
The shape's all right. The tempo's all right. The attitude's all right. When Tom Miller was asking for the character of the team, if that's the character of that Rangers team, boy, it's not. We've lost our leaders. I mean, for the guys that we criticise, your Golson, your Lundstrom, you know, Alan McGregor was at the back there before Butland came in. I don't see Butland screaming and shouting, but what's he going to do as a captain at the goal you've picked up? It's got to be an outfield player. Suter's got to stand up. Barron's got to stand. They've all got to stand up and show a bit more responsibility than what they did. It was pathetic. I think Aberdeen get beat today, so that was an opportunity missed to close the gap on them. Aye,
and let's be honest, mate, we played against that Dundee United team that were in the Championship last year, and we beat them 1-0 up there. We weren't great, and then we struggled at Ibrox. And the wages we were paying these players, the budget we gave the manager, you've got to be honest, we shouldn't have seen them in my way. And he knows how they're going to play, the manager, because he tells you They've came here. What was the phrase he used? They've came to annoy us. Was that the phrase he used? I can't remember.
Correct, aye. And
Aye.
the noise they did.
Aye, but not be any guile or anything, because if you keep them pinned back, that's exactly how they'll play. So how can you set up the same way with that as you do in an open game of football in Malmo and Panathinaikos and against Leon? It just doesn't make sense, mate. You've got to have more than one string to your bow.
Aye, definitely. Do you know what it reminded me of? Gio at home at Livingston when he was on his road out. I mean, Livingston camped in the box, I think, was it 0-0 or 1 each or something that day? It was the same movie over again. And it's not.
Listen, let's be honest, there's no the same actors. You can't be saying about Tav and Golson and all the boys. You can't. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought Tav should have come on, mate. I've got to be honest, with half an hour to go.
I agree with you. I agree.
Right.
He's an outlet and he can put in a decent ball, and it becomes he floats into that penalty area and he becomes a goal threat himself. Sterling, doesn't he? And that's the downside of having Sterling there and no Tavernier.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, probably. Is it time? That's as simple as that. Don't want to put you on the spot, AK, but is it?
Well, you know, I've been a big advocate to keep him come on, but it's no because of him. It's
okay. I'll change the question to you then. If he'd been there for 3 years and you were watching that, and this season was panning out, what would you be saying?
Oh, aye, 100%. He's had time, he's had windies, he's had money, but it's just I'm fearful of the financial implications of it, Oxshire. That's the God's honest truth. I couldn't care less who our manager is, who our players is. I want our team winning, but if it's going to have a knock-on effect to away on, I don't even want to think of that.
If we do keep him and the interest wanes and you're not getting the people at the shop, people that buy the 125-year tote for Christmas, yeah, you might not be able to afford to make the move, but you might not be able to afford to keep him near him.
I understand that, Ox. I really do, but it's oh boy.
I know
I'm struggling for an answer for you. I really am.
It's difficult in the heat, when you've come right after a bad performance watching that. After 2 weeks of training, where Butland's not been away, Yefty's not been away, Proper's not been away, Stillon's not been away, Raskin's not been away, Barron never played, but he was away, Diamondi was away, Dessers was away, wasn't away. So the vast majority of that team were there working on things, building up to that game. And what were they doing, mate? Because there was no ideas, no leadership, no tactics, no shape, and there was nothing for the side of the park. And no offence to the boy, I don't know why, but Colin Stewart winds me up, mate. He seems to be there too long.
Aye. Well, listen, again, I don't know. The only it's as if almost the players are, deliberately playing like that, and I would hate to think that about a Rangers team, that they're deliberately going out there just to put the manager under pressure. But then he gives you a rocket up his backside. You seen the reaction at Hampden against Motherwell. We were terrible the first half again there day, and then we dominate the second half and we win the game. The day we didn't win the game, so it's drop points and it just puts him under more pressure.
Aye, but the fact that the pressure comes when you can't get a team set up to play 2 halves of football, mate.
100%. Right.
They've done exactly what we thought they would do, mate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They put up the effort in, they go behind the ball and they try to frustrate you. And we struggle. So that's on us, no on them, mate.
it's not a new thing though either. I mean, it's not just under Clement. We struggled with that with Gerrard, with Gio, with Bale. You know, we've been through 8 managers in 10 years. When do we stop this? Because we're powering money out left, right, and centre with the constant having to rebuild and sack managers and pay them off, and then they want their own players in. They don't want so and so's players, and it's a continual cycle that needs to stop. But what's the answer? Do we stop with Clement and let him give him the time? Because at this moment in time, you're going to empty Ibrox, and that's where, yep, that's where the clubs get real problems. Oh, sorry, Oxford, you go.
Aye, that goes back to my point, mate, that you can't afford to keep him, you know. Listen, I have nothing personal against Philip Clement. He seems like a decent fella, yeah? And I just don't know if he's not got the quality he wants. But come on, let's be honest. You know, there's guys in that park on big wages for Scottish football, failed to deliver. You know, if you take the two that you talked about when off at half time, Dessers and Diamandi, they'll not be far away if you know, but that's Dundee United starting 11 zone, mate.
I know. But you see the difference with them, you know, that they're basically celebrating a draw at Ibrox because they'll probably get a draw bonus or a whatever, you know. But you just have to look beyond then, and we've spoken about it before. What's in their academy? How are the guys not getting an opportunity in front of what we're seeing? Because when it comes down to it, it comes down to hunger and desire and motivation. And you shouldn't need that to pull on our jersey. But now you're questioning the character of the players that he's brought in. And that's where the problems begin. But it all stems at the manager. It's at his door. I accept that.
Aye, mate, you're going to get it when you have that kind of performance. We've been joined by Robert. Evening, Robert.
Hi, Oxford. Evening, AK.
Evening, Robert.
Listen, guys. I'm not going to get obviously I'm upset and deflated, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to hang back. I've followed the Rangers for 55 years in my 59 years, and I didn't go the day. And that makes me feel really, really down and embarrassed. I didn't go the day because I expected it. I said to my friends and family yesterday, we'll drop something tomorrow. And that's no putting up white flags. That's just being honest. Looking at the bigger picture. Under this guy, we have not progressed in any way. And I understand his hands have been tied. I understand all that. All the players that left in the summer, 16 players, whatever. I understand all that. But I'm sorry. This man should be getting a lot more out of all the players and what he's getting. He's substituted absolutely atrocious. Well, don't get me wrong, the two at half time were the right subs, but they should have probably been on to the start of the game if you're being honest with yourself. He's set up and everything about it, the way we play is dreadful. To not have a goal for a set piece, to score 2 or 3 goals away from home, and to be, let's be honest about it, we'll be 11 points behind by the end of the day. 11 points we will be behind. This is not good enough. We need to have change. Oxford AK, I'm sorry, I said it on the 2nd of September. It wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. It's because what happened after the Scottish Cup final and the way they threw away the league last year. I said on the 2nd of September, he should have went then, and yet we're stuck by him. We've gave him a contract, an extension, and the football is absolutely dross. Rangers fans, I know, there's number 47,000 the other day. I watched on the TV. I think we're lucky for 35,000 there. That tells you a story, and don't blame it all on the weather. That had a part to do with it. The Rangers fans are not gone. There's plenty of empty blue seats, and I know guys older than me who have followed Rangers longer than me who have not been going all season. The reason is because what they're watching, we're getting cheated out of season ticket money, we're getting cheated out of everything. We invest in that club, my shares, merchandise, and I give Rangers every spare penny I've got, and I've been cheated. And for me not to go today, I'm totally humiliated, I'm totally embarrassed, and I'm totally upset with myself for not going to follow my team, but I cannot watch that because that's not my Rangers. I'm sorry.
Aye, well, Robert, it's hard to argue with a lot of that, mate. Look, if we just stick to the football side of things, mate, because I'm sure we'll debate all the others as the week goes on, mate, yeah? Listen, we started bad and got worse, mate. That's the only way I can sum it up.
Exactly, Oxford. See, when you watch that, now, I don't care for this, you have to wait to half time. That game Monday, who we spent £4.5 million on, was absolutely dreadful. He wasn't the only one. I didn't really get any of them pass marks in the first half. Absolutely dreadful. He should have made substitutes even before half time when he seen the way we were playing. It's no good enough. It's fair enough the second half. We pressed him back and we did play some nice stuff. Kearney, I thought was by far our best player in the park, and I'll give you Hadji credit when he came on. I thought he made a difference, but why not start with Hadji when he's played for his country and he's played really well and got an assist and that, and he's come back and he's bouncing? Why not play Hadji for the start?
If you're asking me, would I rather have Hadji in the team or Diamonde? And I'm no Hadji's biggest fan, but I don't think that's Diamonde's position, mate. And I'm trying to be fair on the boy, AK.
No, listen, valid points, Robert. Can I called it a wee bit before the game? I don't know if you heard the pre-match show, but and I also said that to see if it's not working, you need to change it. He was quick enough to call Cantwell off when he wasn't doing his job to put McCausland on. He obviously seen that Diamonde and Dessers wasn't working. He could have made the changes earlier, and who knows, we might have taken the lead rather than go one down. But it's constant negativity. You can feel it running about Ibrox. You can see it in the performance. The players just look as if they're on tenterhooks now, fearfully making a mistake, and unfortunately that's what happened. And
you mentioned something there. Cantwell. Was maybe that the beginning and the end for him? Was maybe he popular? I'm putting two and two together here. Was maybe that? Maybe the people didn't like the manager's treatment at Cantwell. I don't know. I'm surmising a lot, Robert, but yeah.
Oscar, you've hit the nail on the head, pal. The nail on the head. Now, I know Cantwell's caused problems with his social media antics. Not right. I know he's not totally innocent. But see, a good manager, in my honest opinion, a real good manager, you'd be able to deal with that. You'd put your arms around him and you would get the best of him. The way Walter did, there was nobody a bigger maverick in Rangers Football Club history than Paul Gascoigne. Look what Walter done with him, because Walter was a proper manager. And that's what Clermont should have done with him. We lost a £4 million player, in my opinion, for £600,000. Disgraceful the way that happened. And it's all right saying, we got him after the wage bill. Well, that's not the way we should be doing business. But you've hit the nail on the head, Oxford. And Oxford, I can't watch that anymore. I'm so frustrated. Now, a good manager would say, this isn't working. But I've said this 3 months ago, I need to change something. I know we've had injuries and I know he's not got the players maybe that he wanted to bring in. You've got to adapt and you've got to change game by game. And he's no. And this is the thing at Frank Oxford. I'll be honest with you, I'm dreading the 15th of December, and I'm not putting up white flags, because come that day I'll be right up for it, think we can win, because that's what Rangers fans do. But with him in charge, I'm sorry, it gives me the fear, the man. It gives me the fear.
It's only going to end one way. AK.
Aye. Well, there's certainly mirror images for Man United scenario and our scenario. And Alex Saviccio said that a wee while ago that he couldn't see Ten Hag lasting the season, and he said he couldn't see Clermont lasting to Christmas. He might well be proved right. Where do we go for there? The player power thing, it's a massive thing. You've got to get the players on side. It's all right having the discipline and all that, but you know yourself, the pendulum's totally went the other way. See, when you lose the players, you lose the dressing room. That's the sort of performance they're going to give out for you, and that's a big worry.
And AK, can I say something? Listen, I know you've stuck up from, and that's your prerogative, pal, and that's you're entitled to that, and fair dues to you, right? Fair dues to you. But see, if he went, say tonight, and we brought somebody in, I'm trying to be a wee bit positive here. See, if we brought somebody in tomorrow, I'm convinced, I'm 100% convinced he get a lot more out of some of the players. I'm totally convinced. I don't think a lot of these players, maybe I'm wrong, are as bad as what their performances are showing. And I think if we brought in a manager tomorrow, I think he'd get a lot more out of it. And give a chance, come on. Give a chance on the 15th of December. That's all I'm asking for.
I'll put you in the spot, Robert. Here's a name. Listen, I'm available if they need me. But here's a name.
Well, do you know what? I've listened to you on here for months, Oxchair, and I think you do a much better job than Quant. I've listened to you. You've constantly been on about the shape, about the style of the fit, and I'm not a tactician. I know nothing about when it comes to all that. I'm just a Rangers fan and buys his money and gets along and supports the greatest football team in the world. That's what I do. If I was giving you a name just now, Oxchair, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's Derek McInnes all day long. Somebody who knows Scottish football, somebody who will bring players in who they're not made of paper, because that's what a lot of our players are. They're all made of paper. They're getting done with. I don't believe half the injuries are actually injuries. I believe some of them don't want to play because they're afraid to go on that far. Derek McInnes would come in there, might not bring you the best players in the world, but he'd get you organised and get you challenging. Might not win the league right away, but you get you challenging and they get you playing a lot better, a lot harder to beat. So Derek McInnes is a name for me, Oxford. I think it's a no-brainer.
AK?
Listen, I can see the why he's saying that. I mean, McInnes is come into Kilmarnock there, and he's got a structure to his team. He makes you difficult to beat. It's a wee bit similar to Walter in Europe, or maybe Alex McLeish when he was at Hibs and Motherwell. You know, I can see why. We go back to our roots. The kind of foreign approach doesn't work at our club. You know, they don't get. They say the right things, Ox, but they don't get the club really. They think they can afford draws and you bounce on to the next game and all that. But that's not our club. Our club is all about winning. I think we've been shopping in the wrong transfer market, probably for Gerrard left, you know, because even Gerrard recognised that you had to have like a Scottish kind of spine of your team and get the right characters in the dressing room. Alan McGregor walked out the dressing room, Stephen Davis, Scotty Arfield, Ryan Jack even. Who can we turn to in that dressing room and say, aye, they know what the club's all about. You're struggling. And I think that's where the problems are. With no leadership on that park.
It's not going to be. Listen, I was in Birmingham. I was sitting next to two gentlemen that I didn't know when the pre-season friendly. Two smashing guys who had Dawson. I get talking to them. And for the life of me, I can't remember their name. That's quite sad. And when they walked out, one guy turned to me and he said to me, Derek McInnes will be the Rangers manager at Christmas. That was at St Andrews. And that was watching a friendly. So you're not alone, Robert.
Would you be happy with McInnes?
Could have beat St Johnstone today, but it's a different ballgame. At least they would understand the club. I think there would be more passion. Would we be a dream football team to watch? Would we do as well in Europe? I don't think so. Would we be more organised? It looks as if we would be. Would we bring in different players? I think we'd bring in men instead of boys. You know, some of the boys I quite like, Robert. I quite like Jeffrey. I don't know why. I quite like the boy, you know. I know he wasn't brilliant at the goal today, but I thought Proper was worse, mate. Getting sucked right across the park. But you definitely have more physicality in midfield. You play a different shape. You wouldn't play that shape, Robert. So for me, that would be a plus. There would be a lot of people going for a job, but I think AK's got a point. Really, historically, Advocate, couple of years, brilliant. Third year wasn't great. About the fourth year, he was out the door. Glenn failed. Gio didn't work, even though he gave us one of the greatest few months of our Rangers support in history, Robert. So it's not really worked for us, the non-Scottish guy or the non-British guy, if you like.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, Oxford, I felt sorry for Joe. I think he was given a raw end of the deal. I really did. But listen, we've got to get back to basics. We've got to bring people in that understand Scottish football, that understands Rangers Football Club. As AK says, we've not got any leaders in there. And it's all right saying, oh, Tavernier's never a captain, not my favourite, right? But who else is? Do you think if you gave it to John Suter tomorrow, who's done really, but that's been doing not too bad. I don't actually see him shouting on the park and be dead vocal. I don't see Jack Butland. I don't see Wee Barron. I don't see any of them because we've not got any leaders in that team. And I feel if you put in somebody like Derek McInnes who understands Scottish football first and foremost, Europe's a bonus, and of course we've got to compete in Europe because we need the finances, of course. But we've got to get back to basics here. We've got to start getting players in who know the rigours of Scottish football. As Bridgman always says on here, and I agree with him, I want a big 6'5" centre-half, a big Marvin Andrews. It doesn't have to be great in the ball. It doesn't have to get Terry Butcher 50-yard passes. He just does the basics. He wins every ball that comes into that box, and he's a danger when we get a corner kick or a free kick. That's what I want in my team. I want somebody solid in that midfield who'll dominate that midfield, who'll not get bullied, who will put a tackle in. We're ever going to get an Ian Ferguson. I know football's changed nowadays, but I want somebody in there. I want a wee Stuart McCall, a wee Lion of Heart who'll run all day for you and give all. And that's what we lack in our team. There's too many of these players. They have definitely down tools. I don't know what's happened, but these players have definitely down tools because I believe some of these players are better than what they're showing up here. It's only my opinion.
Well, they've showed it in flashes. Listen, I'll give you a name that I know he's been talked about a lot and he's at the right end of his career. Maybe like a Scotty Arfield type signing, and I don't know if it would happen, but Kenny McLean.
Again, Oxford, I think he's too old, and I think what we need for Scottish football, we need legs.
When Scotty came in.
I know what you're saying, Oxford, and by the way, he's done actually well for that Scotland lot. He's done well for them, but again, he's not got the legs. We need legs at Oxford. We need, you know yourself, we need legs in that team. That's what we're missing. We need players that can pick a ball up and run at players. We've not really got MD. I'm trying to think. Gefty can do that. Tab done it on his day. And by the way, I agree with you, AK. James Tavernier should certainly have been brought on that part the last half an hour of that game. And I'm not just saying that because he's my favourite, because I was quite happy when I seen the line-up and Sterling was in, because Sterling deserves the right-back position. Tab has been woeful, but he should certainly have been on there for the last half an hour of that game.
AK.
Aye, we said that earlier, Robert. We're just clutching at straws a wee bit. How can we improve the team? You know, who should be playing that wasn't playing, and who could we come through the academy that could improve the team? And we're trying to do the thinking outside the box, what's actually going on in Clement's head now to improve the team for him. But even we're struggling. You know, we're struggling for a manager's name. We're struggling for somebody to bring in and improve it, because we've got legs in the team, but we need leaders. And I think that's where Kenny McLean could be that guy. But depending on our wage, depending how many games, how robust he's going to be, because you've got Leon Balogun there as well, but he's 36, 37 now, and you're looking to him to probably start instead of the guy who we brought in to replace Conor Golson. We've had to downgrade.
Right.
You know,
let's put the mustard. Big Proper's red rotten.
He's not good enough. Aye.
Yeah, it might be a better player than what we've seen. It might be the environment, might be a lack of confidence, could be a lot of things. He could have got the equaliser if it hadn't touched bad and so on. But let's be honest, he's not been good for us at all, mate. Domestically, he's been shocking, you know. Robert?
This is the problem with the foreign element, Oxford. See, with the Niels Coppin and you know, Clement there, we should be looking at somebody in the Scottish leagues. We brought in Marvin Andrews, we brought in, you know, Nacho Novo and Billy Dodds, and there's always somebody that we can bring in out of the leagues that's not getting recognised that could improve their team. Spoke about Alex Gogic, could have been in a couple of years ago. You know, the big boy that the St Mirren had up front.
He's a better player. He's a better player than proper.
Aye.
Gogic, in my opinion.
100%. Utility guy, you know.
I've cut across you. We've been joined by Dave. Evening, Dave.
Evening.
How are we doing, mate? Get it off
Yeah,
your
good,
chest,
thanks.
mate.
Yeah, a long time since I spoke to you guys. Some time ago now. But I watched the game this afternoon, and yeah, lot of issues. I certainly, guys, wouldn't be going for Derek McInnes. If I'm right in saying they're third bottom of the league, mate, 3 wins. Yeah, that's not exactly somebody that I'd be bringing in as manager. You know.
Yeah, well, we get that, mate. We get that. We know where the others do. Come on.
Yeah.
And Nels, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, if you want names that I would be interested in, is possibly that Mark Robbins, the guy that was at Coventry. I thought the experience that man's got, done a brilliant job.
Why he get a sack at Coventry?
Well, apparently Coventry got rid of him because there was a bit of a fallout, a problem with their number 2, and they were concerned that they couldn't get another set of backroom staff in for Robbins. So they, for some reason, they got rid of Robbins. But Robbins, if you look at what he's done, and, you know, for them, the amount of experience he's got, he's a British manager. He's the sort of guy I'd be looking at. Or maybe David Moyes, which would probably be more expensive, who might be able to sort that defence out. Because I can't believe how bad we are at. We don't even look like we can score from the set piece. I can't remember the last time we scored a goal.
We haven't this season. We haven't this season. Listen, no. David Moyes might have been a good fit, comes with good stock, but he's got a big blotch in his CV, Robert, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, David, you're right, Oxford has got a big blotch, and plus, let's be honest, we couldn't afford David Moyes. He's away at our league. But Dave, nice to see you come on the show. The only reason I'm saying Derek McInnes is Dave, it's somebody who knows Scottish football, right? And he's been very unlucky this season because they have had a few players sent off it, etc., and they've been unlucky to grab a lot of points. But Dave, think about it. He's proved one thing, Derek McInnes, that Mr. Clement hasn't he? Derek McInnes knows how to beat Celtic. There you go, and that's what it's all about. We can beat them, then we're in with a chance. So that's why I'm saying Derek McInnes. He knows Scottish football, he knows Rangers Football Club, and that's how I think we've got to get back to basics. Just my opinion.
Yeah, maybe no Scottish football, but I think we need, from our point of view, the physicality at the back is not there. My son's a massive Ger, and he keeps wanting Balogun to play every week because he's good in the air. But the thing is, what is Balogun? 37, 38?
Yeah,
can't play that amount of games.
No,
he can. That's the problem we got. And the Dutchman they brought in proper. I mean, he can't. I don't know. I think he's tidy on the ball, but he's just useless in the air. I mean, that goal today again, no one's picking them up, are they, in the middle? I mean, it's just a free header, Did
you blame the centre-half, Steve? I've got
to say, I blame the centre-halves on that one. I just think the positioning is non-existent. They're not picking up the runners there, From where it came, it looked quite central to me.
It was quite central. It was stunning.
Yeah, but and central defenders have got to step up. They just don't. There's no physicality there. They just don't look like they're even going forwards. We get a free kick. Do you guys ever believe that when we get a free kick or a corner, we're going to do anything with it? I mean, John Suter, he's played tidily recently. He looks a tidy sort of player, but there's not the physicality there, is there? We don't look like we're dangerous when we're going up for headers. So we need to look at that. The centre of defence. I thought we battered them the second half. I mean, this is the problem. We just.
If it was a boxing match, it'd be stopped.
Yeah.
But the problem is we didn't get the second goal, mate. That's a big issue.
No.
And
Yeah.
and Dave, I'll bring AK in. AK, that's been the issue since February. No scoring enough goals.
Absolutely. Welcome to the show, Dave. Good points.
Yeah, thanks,
I had a wee look at the stats there, Ox. Don't know if you've had a glance at them. 71% possession, 29 attempts on goal, 9 on target, 9 corners, 8 goalkeeper saves. So the saves, the shots that we did get on target, the keeper had a blinder today. I'm not making excuses. That's just fact. But it kind of proves that maybe the quality, in fact, definitely the quality, isn't there up top, and that's been our problem for long enough. Dessers isn't good enough, and what he's got round about him isn't good enough. Even Danilo coming on the part, no good enough. Igamani, no good enough. And as Dave says, their set pieces were atrocious. We're the worst in Scotland, and that's hard to admit that.
Oxford.
Yes, mate.
I'm gonna have to go, but I'd just like to finish off and say thanks to yourself, AK, and Dave Cummin for taking my call. And I'll maybe give you a wee call during the week. Hopefully you'll be on. And they can
There'll be
dissect.
a lot of debate during the week, Robert.
They can dissect where we go from here. But you know what? I'm disappointed with myself that I didn't go the day. The weather did have a wee bit today, but at the end of the day, it wasn't the full story why I didn't go. But so I'm disappointed in myself. But I'll always be a Bear. I was born a Bear and I'll die a Bear. And I'll always stick by the Rangers. So thanks for taking my call, Oxford.
Speak to you later, mate.
Speak to you soon. Thanks, guys. Good night, AK. Good night, Dave.
Night, God.
Good night, Robert. Cheers, pal.
Cheers.
Right,
We'll just get a last word for Dave and then last word for yourself, AK, because it is 7 o'clock on Saturday night. And you know, Fox has always got something to do at 7:30 on a Saturday. Dave, last word.
Up is the voice.
Right, so just quickly from me, guys.
Yes.
Whoever we bring in, I think needs to bring their own philosophy in. I think some of the problems are where everybody that's coming in is being expected to play this 4-3-3 formation. Yeah. It was talked earlier about United's woes. This new guy they're bringing in, I think he's changing the setup there. So maybe it's somebody that can come in and actually change the setup and is allowed to do it, you know, if we're going to change manager. That's what I think we need to do, you know.
Yeah, well, listen, only time will tell. I mean, this movie usually only ends in one way, Dave. You know, when you lose the fans, and I think it'd be fair to say, I think he's lost the majority, rightly or wrongly. I've not been an advocate. I understand the no getting rid of the manager as you banged on about, AK, but when you watch that today, mate, it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Oh, woeful. But anyway, thanks to yourself, David, and that coming on there.
Yeah, good.
But I think we need to get the boardroom sorted first, unfortunately. I don't think they'll pull the trigger the now. There are too many empty seats in that boardroom now without making the manager seat vacant as well. I think that's where the reality is.
Well, they'll have to be responsible for their actions, mate. They've got a lot of things to sort out. And some of it, as much as I've no issues with some of the decisions they've made and things have got right or wrong, there has been things not happening right. They have to be sorted, mate. Yeah, and the AGM, they could need an escort in.
Oh, God, aye.
Think
Can
so.
we get live streaming for that?
Listen, Dave, thanks for your call, mate.
No problem.
Good evening, mate.
Take care. Yeah.
And by the way, thanks to all our new friends.
Speak
Thanks
again.
to all our new
Take
friends
care, guys.
that try to call in tonight.
Thanks.
Cheers, Dave. AK, thanks to all our new friends who try to call in tonight.
Oh, new listeners, new callers, brilliant.
Thanks to Dave. Robert
HCA, RPS.
Thanks to your good self, AK. Thanks to Fox and All School Blue for doing the technicals. Rangers Radio will be back Monday night between 8 and 10. Wow, it'll be a bit of a week, I think. Thanks for listening. Take it away, All School Blue.